Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do some writing, but we're going to do research before we do our writing. So our focus is going to be on researching a topic about information. Research is just finding facts about a certain thing that you want to know more about and finding out details that you may not already know. And we can research by reading books, by watching videos, or even talking to an expert whose job is to know all that information about that topic. So I'm going to use a book. In my class, Mrs. Tobias' class, if you were in my class, we use something called Pebble Go to research about polar bears sometime before spring break, and then we wrote about polar bears. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of that. We're going to read a book about a topic, and then we are going to write about it. Now, the way we're going to write about it first is by using this research map. So our research map at the top tells us that we need a topic. Now, if you don't have a paper that looks like this, that's okay. You can just use a plain piece of paper and create your own. So at the top, it wants me to have a topic. And in our lessons this week, your topic is going to be writing about your favorite animal. And then we need some details about that favorite animal. There's 3 ovals that we need to be able to write some details about our topic, our favorite animal. So before I can fill that in, I'm going to read a story. We've been talking about informational texts, and I have a book, a nonfiction book about all kinds of animals. It's called Little Kid's First Big Book of Animals. And when I open it, I know that we've talked about the table of contents, and that tells us all the topics that I can find inside my book. By looking here, I can find a page number and go right to that topic. So it is actually also broken up into different areas that animals live. Animals can live in the grassland, they can live in the ocean, desert, forest, or they can be polar animals. My favorite animal I would like to do my research on is a koala in the forest. So I'm going to look for page 84 so I can read about koalas. I'm going to read to you all about koalas. Here's a picture of a koala and her baby. When a baby koala is born, it crawls into the mother's pouch. The mother koala keeps her baby safe and warm. The little koala grows quickly, and soon the furry baby holds onto the fur on its mother's belly or rides on her back. So as I read through the words in a story like form, there's also some little bubbles that give me more information about the koalas. I'm going to read this to you too. A baby koala is called a joey. When it is born, a joey is about the size of a jelly bean. So tiny. Koalas live in the forest in parts of Australia. Not in the United States of America where we live, but in a place called Australia in the forest. Koalas spend most of their time in trees. They eat leaves. Sometimes a koala must find a tree with more leaves, so it walks to another tree. A baby koala starts to climb trees by itself when it is 9 years old. After a long day of eating and climbing, the little koala is ready to sleep. It curls up on a tree branch for a nap. So I'm going to read you some extra bubbles. Koala breath smells like cough drops. The smell comes from the eucalyptus leaves koalas eat. Koalas are marsupials. Most marsupials, including koalas, carry their babies in pouches. And koalas sleep for about 18 hours each day. So This book gave me quite a few facts about koalas that I can use when I'm using my research map. Now, I only need 3 details, but I could always use more. So I'm going to get my pencil or marker that I'm going to use so that you can see it and fill out my research map. This is a way to organize all of the information that I'm going to need later when I write about my favorite animal. This is writing paper that you're familiar with. You can also just use a plain piece of paper, but at the top you're going to draw your favorite animal and then use the bottom to write your complete sentences about your favorite animal. Okay, so because we're using our research map, we're going to organize this first, all of our information, and then use our writing paper. Okay, so it says I need a topic. My topic is koalas. So I'm just going to write koalas. Okay. Now, I need to think about some of those facts that I read about and write some details. So my first detail that I want to write about is that where koalas live. Koalas live in the forest. So I'm going to write forest. I don't have to write complete sentences on my map because I'm just brainstorming, just thinking of those ideas that I want to use when I write my paper. So koalas is my topic, and I know that koalas live in the forest in Australia. Okay. Another detail that I want to include is that what they eat. We've been talking about living things, and we know that it's important for them to eat. So koalas eat leaves. All right, leaves. That's my second detail. And then there's so many other details that I just have to choose one. And I'm going to write the word joeys. Joey. Because I know that baby koalas are called joeys. And so I like that information. Now, if I wanted to write even more, I could add my own ovals over here and keep adding more details. But I'm going to go ahead and take this information that I organize, and I'm going to get my writing paper out, and I'm going to draw a picture of a koala. I might even draw a koala and a baby. I remember that babies are either carried in a pouch when they're small or they ride on their mama's back. And then I'm going to use my lines to write my sentences. I need 4 sentences. When I go back to my research paper, my research map, I know that I need 4 sentences. I'm going to think out loud about what my sentences might be before I write them. So my first sentence will be about my topic. My favorite animal is a koala. My second sentence is going to use my first detail. Koalas live in the forest. My next sentence is going to use my next detail. They eat leaves. My last sentence is going to use my last detail. Baby koalas are called joeys. So I didn't use complete sentences here, but when I do write my sentences on my paper, I will be using complete sentences and remembering all of my writing rules. All right, so I cannot wait to see about and read about all of your favorite animals. Bye.